If y'all don't know anything about Mississippi in the summertime, it is hot and nasty, and it's gonna be pretty miserable. But I have recently moved to a whole different part of the state, and I really don't have any history with any of the public land around here other than 2 little short trips during turkey season. So that being said, I feel like I really need to at least go out there and put some boots on the ground and kind of get an idea of the area. Probably be a lot of driving around, looking at different areas where I can park, and I'll probably get out and walk around in the woods a little bit and see if I can't find some sign. We're about 11 weeks out from season. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, it's already 90 degrees, so humidity's probably 90% or better. So it's gonna be a hot, nasty day, and I'm going looking for deer, so we'll see y'all when we get there. Alright, I made it out here to this public. I'm walking in down this access road. There's an old cut field out here to my right, and I'll hold the camera up and show you guys kind of what I'm looking at here. It's grown up, but I got a feeling those deer may bed in the edges of this field out here. This road drops kind of down into a creek bottom, and there's a lot of habitat diversity. When I finally get up here to this spot, it's a good little ways back in here, so I'm gonna strike out and just gonna walk and see what I can find along the way. Alright, I made it in here to the area I'm looking at, and just to kind of give you guys an idea, I'm kind of focusing on this creek bottom. There's a narrow strip of hardwoods, and it's still fairly thick in here, but there's a narrow strip of hardwoods that's a little more open, and there's thick bedding cover on both sides, and a creek that runs that bedding area. And the idea is that a mature buck could live in here and never really have to move very far to have food, water, and cover. So that's kind of idea, is to focus on this, being tight to these bedding areas, and just blow through this creek bottom right here just to kind of see what might be using this area. I have noticed some pretty good trails through here already, so I'm just gonna keep on pushing through. I walked out here kind of in the back end of this opening, right at the edge of this field, and I found a really, really heavy used trail. Definitely the heaviest sign that I've seen. This is exactly what I've been looking for and just hadn't found. I've been out here walking for a little over an hour now, and it is hot, but this little trail looks promising. It's cutting across right in the middle of this field. There's a strip that's just more grass, and it looks like they're just running between the corners of this field and using this little trail right here behind me. So I definitely think I'm onto something. I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna find some beds. really heavy trail right there. For Mississippi, that's really about as good as it gets when it comes to a heavily used trail. I just stumbled up on this pond. As soon as I walked in here to it, immediately started finding a lot more sign, and I jumped a deer up, bedded right here on the edge of the pond. I mean, walked right up to it. Couldn't tell what it was. It was in this thick stuff right here, but for sure jumped a deer up. And there's a lot of tracks around this little pool. It doesn't show this on the map, so it sort of surprised me to walk up on this, but I'm finding a lot of beds in here around this grassy patch that runs up to this pond, and the timber gets real thick just right around the edges, and I don't know, there's a lot of tracks in here. So it's a bed right here, just right in the middle of this field. That pond I found is right there. And this bed is right beside it. Whew. I believe that's gonna do it for this scouting video, guys. I just got back to the truck. I'm burning up. I'm soaking wet, just pouring sweat. It's pretty miserable out there. I walked through that tall grass for nearly an hour. Found some good information. I did figure out that those deer are bedding out in that field, and that there's a little pond in there that they're definitely going to drink. So it's good information, but I don't really think that it is very applicable for archery season. It's kind of, I'm sure that it's going to be sporadic where those deer are bedding, and it's going to be kind of hard to figure out how to get in there close enough to get an opportunity at one of these deer. It's wide open, and it'd be just real hard to get that close to those deer with a bow. Definitely think it's some good information for gun season, and I'm going to stay after it and see what else I can find in this on this public. There's a lot of ground to cover out here, and I really think that I'm going to get into the sign that I'm looking for before season gets here. But if you hadn't already, guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's that little icon right down in the bottom right hand of your screen that kind of looks like a deer head. Click that if you hadn't already. Turn on notifications if you want updates when I'm posting new content. I appreciate you guys checking out these videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one.